Here we go. It's Blue Mercury of the Concrete Jungle. Fight just announced today. 34-year-old Jorge Linares of Venezuela versus 29-year-old Carlos the Solution Morales of Highland Park, California, originally of Hidalgo, Mexico. I'm going to break down some of these fighter stats and give an initial prediction of who I think is going to win. No nonsense. I'm going to give you my opinion. And let's go through those stats really quick before I give you my look into this fight. First, former world featherweight and former world lightweight champion Jorge Linares stands at 5'8", has a 69-inch reach, has fought 51 bouts, 316 rounds. He has 46 wins, 5 losses, 0 draws, 28 KOs. He's also been stopped 5 times. Carlos Morales debuted in 2012. He stands at 5'9" and has a 70-inch reach. Pro record: 19 wins, 4 losses, 4 draws, 8 victories by KO TKO stoppage. He's only had 27 professional fights. Only boxed professionally 153 rounds. Never been knocked out. Like I mentioned, Linares has been knocked out 5 times in his 5 losses. 4 of those 5 losses have come to Mexican fighters. And he's been knocked out in very bad ways. In 2009, Juan Carlos Salgado knocked him out in the very first round of their fight in Japan. In 2011, Linares went to war with Antonio DeMarco at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California. Linares' face was a bloody mess, and the referee, Raul Caiz Jr., jumped in to save Jorge Linares from taking any more punishment in that fight. In 2012, Linares was again beat up by another Mexican, Sergio Yayo Thompson. Linares went down in the second round, was unable to continue in that fight in round number 2 due to a huge cut on his eyelid. Fast forward to 2018, Linares puts on a great performance against Vasyl Lomachenko, maybe the last best performance of his career. He did drop Lomachenko in round number 6, but Linares himself fell in round 10. And finally in 2019, Pablo Cesar Cano, a Mexican fighter that had a record of 31 wins, 7 losses and 1 draw, went up against Jorge Linares. He dropped him 3 times in the very first round, smashing Linares in the very first round in front of a New York crowd. Obviously, the winner of this bout goes on to fight Ryan Garcia, and everybody pretty much wants Linares versus Ryan Garcia. And even though Linares has been knocked out by 4 Mexican fighters, they all had a 40% or better stoppage ratio. Carlos Morales doesn't have that kind of pop. He only has 8 KOs in his 19 victories. He has a 29% stoppage ratio. I don't think he has that type of pop to stop Jorge Linares or to knock him out. His best bet would be to pressure him and hope that Linares' face starts falling apart because of all the wars he has. He has so much scar tissue at this point in his career. If he gets pulled into the later rounds in a tough fight, I do believe Morales could get the stoppage win against Jorge Linares, but via TKO, not knockout. My initial prediction will be that Jorge Linares barely survives this bout against Carlos Morales, put in a very bad place by Morales, and will likely be the one to soften him up even more for Ryan Garcia. Prediction: Jorge Linares majority decision victory.